Last week on Flight Room TV.
Speaking of relationships, is there? Speaking of relationships and speaking of marriages, is there a moment
and sacredness
and sacredness? Is there is there a moment in a relationship where there's a hall pass is valid? Is there a moment in a relationship where a hall pass is valid?
I say hell no. The only scenario I could see this happening is if one part fucked up and the other party wants some get back, and you throwing them a lifesaver to save y'all shit, and you give them a hall pass. That's
is that really a lifesaver though? Like that's not like nigga. It could be all over. Like
it can, yeah.
I know that's what
because at the end of the day, if you take the hall pass and do something with it, then like y'all gonna constantly question and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, let's say you're just boyfriend, girlfriend. You never was like, hey, if I meet Ashanti or whatever.
Oh, you talking about some hypothetical?
Yeah, some hypothetical shit. And we know how the DMV is. We know how there's a lot of celebrities that come through the DMV. Some hypothetical shit. I'm just laying it out there.
Ashanti not going for me. I be in her DM. She not going for me.
You never know, bro. You never know, bro. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. But like let's say,
I'm a D-list actress type of junk. I ain't no A-list. I'm a D-list.
let's say
a girl of that stature is not gonna go down and pick a man up. But you know what I mean? A dude in like that type of entertainment lifestyle will see your girl and maybe on a one night, you know what I mean, get with her.
Maybe.
That could be.
I'm just all right. Okay, so you probably right. The percentages is probably outweighing on the female side,
yeah.
But it's still a percentage, right? So,
so I'm just saying,
like, let's say.
You're telling
me I like your mind. I like your mind.
Just go with Ashanti again. If Ashanti, you got a free hall pass with Ashanti. Whatever happens, I don't care. Whatever you do, you know what I'm saying.
My girl gonna say get that shit. She gonna say go get that shit.
So that's what I'm saying. Would you execute and would you give her that hall pass if like Nas came through?
That's what that's exactly what I was about to say. I think women can handle giving a man a hall pass way more than a dude can handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think because there's men out here with multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? It's women share men. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't really that's not a controversial statement. That shit happens all the time. So I mean,
he's like
asking everybody else, Shaq. Is there a moment where you feel a hall pass valid, sir?
Is there a moment? Yeah. Well, I was kind of like you, Randall. I actually did get a hall pass before I was married. But yeah, but that
it's a one time thing.
Yeah,
redeemable one time.
Yeah, only one time.
1 week,
but damn, a whole week. I didn't know.
I'm just asking. I'm asking how.
Oh no, we ain't Jeff Bezos. But no, I think it's actually fun to maybe even set. Hey, if I meet this person, blah blah blah. Then what if? Like so, I don't know. It's some. I don't think some.
Hold on. Let's back this up. I don't mean to get into my business, but you had somebody circled, and that's how the hall pass work, or it was just one hall pass for any.
Oh no, you gotta have somebody circled. Yeah, okay, you gotta have somebody circled. It can't just be any random celebrity because that yeah. But you have somebody circled, and you say, hey,
would you a celebrity?
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right, what's the initials?
You say, hey, like this is my person. Would you allow me? And they say, yeah. I think it's fun. I don't think that that shit, like you said, Randall. What's the percentage of that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Slim to motherfucking none.
What's the percentage of it?
Even what's his name say? Is it considered a hall pass if your girl is in the mix too?
No.
All right, well then I guess that's not the same.
Because hall pass is when you in school, you in the hall alone by yourself, free roaming. So,
but usually when you in a hall pass, you get the hall pass so you can meet somebody else
They not in your classroom. They not in your classroom.
Yeah,
They somebody else's classroom.
I don't know. I think that
shit. So back in that day, you had the mainstream television, media, whatever the fuck, telling you like, "Hey, cigarettes are good." Now we all know at an overall like general consensus now. Everybody know like that shit causes cancer, wherever the fuck it is. So that's why they eliminated that shit out of restaurants. But the average citizen didn't know what the long-term effects was that shit, and they was going buying it. You know what I'm saying? Smoking all the fucking time because they was like, nigga, this shit good for me. You know what I'm saying? Smoking like shit. And then all of a sudden now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would we trust the shit that's being presented to us on the television at the end of the day?
For the most part, who do you think funds the FDA? What do y'all? Wild guess.
I don't know. The government? I don't know.
Nah. Where do you think they get most of their money from?
probably the 1%ers.
Nah.
Big Pharma.
Yeah. They pay their bills.
Yeah.
The people that come up with these vaccines are paying the FDA. Is that not collusion? 75%?
Yeah, that's crazy.
75% of the FDA's drug review budget is who? Biopharmaceutical companies. This is Forbes.com. This is not no bullshit. This ain't no hearsay on Twitter. Forbes.com.
There you go. 75%.
Why is the FDA funded by companies that regulates? Why?
Mm.
Come on, man. Get up out of here. I think she's kind of embracing this kind of like villainized role that kind of like, you know, preceding her. And two, I think she's also reacting to being villainized at the same point. Like she's probably not she's used to being, you know, she was like the darling leading up to a certain point, and then people kind of turned on her.
Yeah, I think that I think the problem is like, you know, like when was the last time you seen somebody come in last place and then they get an interview at an interview? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and she's still breathing hard.
And that's the problem right there. I feel like they're making a spectacle out of her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like she gonna get the clicks. She's already a controversial figure. So it's like, you know, did the person who went and get a fucking interview? You know what I'm saying? Like it was. That's what you got to do. Like she lost, but she like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna, you know, right. I took this L, but I have no problem with, you know, how she did the interview. But I just think that everybody else handling her around her, I feel like everybody's kind of exploiting her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that shit. And took her spot a little bit. Like that was supposed to be Sha'Carri right there, and Allison was like the hero for the Americans. So
yeah, well deserved though. So
well deserved. Yeah. And she a vet. You know what I'm saying? She's been doing this for a long ass time, and she's still competing at a high level. So I feel like she's the one that's supposed to be getting this recognition. We should be talking about her. You know, Sha'Carri at the end of the day is famous off of failing. She's famous from losing. She failed the test. She came in last place. And I'm not even saying this because I don't have no problem with her, to be completely honest. I'm just saying, like, you know, as a society, it's like we put her on a pedestal that she really don't deserve right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like making her, like I said, a spectacle now because we put her on the stage that she really ain't earned. So now it's like every failure is like magnified times 10 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not y'all Jamaicans still talking shit when y'all got to walk barefoot to y'all coconut stand every day for a living. Sounds I hear a bunch of American privilege.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all niggas sound like some bougie ass niggas. Y'all, the majority of the world is third world countries, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most people live like most niggas live like the privileged American. You know, it's like how can you give to somebody without seeking a reward and also not feeling used? When I first saw this, I was thinking to myself, you know, that's up to you as an individual to feel used. It's like you know, obviously a person at the end of the day, people are always using people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's up to you to, you know, determine how you feel about that situation. Like if I do something good for somebody out the kindness of my heart, and even if that person in their mind think they got over me or they thought they played me, that's not my issue. That's their issue. That's some shit they got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? As long as my intentions was good and what I brought to the table came from a good place, then I can't worry about if that person think they finessed me or think they got over or think they used me. Like, at the end, you know, my father said to me a long time ago, he was like, just because you love somebody don't mean that they have to love you back. And I was like, damn, like that shit kind of fucked me up when he said that. But when I thought about it, I'm like, it's true. It's like if your intentions, if you have good intentions for somebody and you love somebody, like what they give back to you, that has nothing to do with you. All that matters is with the energy you put out there.
You what are your expectations when you're doing or giving something? So what are those expectations like when you initially put that effort forward or you intentionally do something for somebody? If you're expecting something every time, then I mean, you gotta be cool with the results.
Yeah, I agree.
It kind of transitions into love language too, right? So when you talk about giving a certain thing, like what I'm saying, if you're a gift giver, but the person that you're giving a gift to is not really, that's not, they don't receive that shit
the same way.
The same way, you know what I'm saying? And you like, well, where's the reciprocation? Like, I want them damn Jordans that's coming out in 2 weeks. And you receiving this shit and you just making me dinner. Like, what the fuck? So
that's a good point though. Might show that they're, like you said, that person might show their gratefulness through cooking the meal, but you like, nigga, I just bought you, some phones. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you expecting some shit of that same quality or quantity in return, and then when you don't get it in return, you might think that person don't fuck with you as much as they do, just because they didn't communicate it to you the same way that you would like it to. Right. And that's something I think we all go through that, because I know I had to learn that lesson in life too. Like everybody's different, bro. Like sometimes you might think that.
But you can also translate this topic over to like your job and school. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
That is true too.
Like, especially if you work in teams or stuff like that, and you always the one coming through, or you carrying the load, or you kind of like enabling somebody that's kind of like not
be bullshit.
Carrying their part. You setting up a routine where people can fucking take advantage. You could be used.
Yep.
And y'all getting paid the same amount.
Now remind me. So no, basically what it is like, so if your intention was good and then you find out that person used you or try to manipulate you, fuck them, cut them off. You ain't got to deal with them no more. Like I said, you can, if that person thinks that in the rapport of your relationship is them manipulating you and you figure that out, then fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't lose no karma. Your shit was good. And then when you find out that person, you know what I'm saying, was trying to take advantage, you don't have to fuck with them no more. Routine over. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but what if that's like a routine that you set up and you was comfortable at one point until you had the awakening where you were being used and maybe there was no like ill will or malintent on their part. They just saying like, okay, I guess that's how he is. He's gonna take the brunt or take the majority of said work. How do you smooth that over?
You just gotta change the shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, all right, I ain't moving like that no more. It is what it is, And
but are they allowed to say, damn, he acting different?
They allowed to say that, but you got to control the situation. They can feel however they want to feel. Yeah. Like once you realize like shit is becoming a little imbalanced, you gotta fix that shit. And if that person is unhappy with you switching up, because sometimes we put like you were saying, we put ourselves in bad situations, and then you wake up and be like, oh shit, I gotta fix this. You know what I'm saying? And if that person becomes a casualty, then that person becomes a casualty because you gotta look out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you good. That's always, like you said, y'all have a routine, y'all got a way of going about things that work for y'all perfectly. You happy, she happy, whatever, and then somebody else that ain't living y'all lifestyle that may not work for them, but they may put that seed in, saying, somebody's head, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there is an imbalance in this relationship. I just didn't realize it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you was happy before you heard that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
They're like, damn, bro, like you cook, you wash the dishes, and you take out the trash, and you bring the money home. What's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's like it depends on the household and it depends on what y'all agree on. And if anything is different, you know what I'm saying? People gonna throw wrenches at that.
Right. So, hey, at the end of the day, you gotta set your price.
Yep. So that's the thing. If you're happy with what's going on and how you got everything set up, then that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If that's the price, that's it. All sales are final.
I agree.
All sales are final.
Yep, I agree.
Again, the brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days and see what a difference
got the Vixen in it too.
Smoking enjoyment. Yep. See how Camels agree with.
Look how beautiful she is smoking her cigarette. I want to smoke a cigarette too.
A cigarette can be.